statistically, at least 100 people that work for us have an OnlyFans account. Just on sheer statistics alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the last I'd seen, it was like 1 in 5 women of age, or women between 18 and 50 have OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge percentage.
It's a big number.
That means if we have 1,000 women working at the there, that at least 200 of them have OnlyFans accounts. That's a lot.
I don't know which 200 they are. I'm shocked at the women that I'm like, really? You have an OnlyFans?
Man.
And I'm sorry, but like they're seeing what the white rappers in our towns have to deal with. Because I'm like, oh, I only got $40 a month from them. Like, it's funny. You were really making fun of Little Dreas or Pimp Cheesy Flop over there, and your nudes really aren't that big of a deal if you're making $40 a month. So,
well, yeah, everything I saw on the financials said that there is essentially 1% of the women on OnlyFans account for something like 90% of the wealth, or
Correct.
90% of the money that comes in.
correct.
So if you're not in that top 1%, you're literally just putting your private bits out on the internet, maybe daily, for pennies.
Yeah, I don't think. Which I'm like, you know what? Whatever you want to do, but also you're doing it at your own detriment.
Yep.
If you want to post 10, 20 nudes a month of yourself, and people in your town know that you're doing it and see you, because the content, people save it,
Oh, gosh.
people distribute it, people share
No, there's
it,
a disclaimer. There's a disclaimer that says you're not allowed to screenshot it.
Well, that's true. I guess that wouldn't be allowed then. Okay, well, people are sharing your butthole pictures. People are sharing it.
They're sending them to your parents.
Yeah, and like I'm like, you know what? If you've got children, and you're like, well, mom's gotta do what she's gotta do. No, they're gonna get to high school age, and those are gonna get back around, and then you're gonna be your kids are gonna get ridiculed because you did that.
Yep. I mean, like, didn't Riley Reid have a kid?
She at least got married.
I believe she has a kid.
I think she's one of those like Mia Khalifa. They're like, yeah, we want to undo all that stuff. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna get
the
undone.
internet
But
is forever.
yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I worry about it because
Did no one warn you when you were actively doing DP videos every day? Like no one warned you and your family. Everyone was just like, yeah, they're cool. And then 1 minute they turn on, you're like, you don't want to have all these videos of you taking multiple men daily all over the internet forever. Nobody told you that this was a bad idea.
what bothers me is, like, you're an adult at 18, you get to make that decision, and you're pretty stupid at 18. Pretty stupid. The smartest 18-year-old, I think we've said this before, still an idiot. So you get on 18 and you're like, I'm going to make this OnlyFans account, and I'm just not going to share it with anybody around here, and nobody's ever going to find out about it. And I guarantee you there's a large percentage of those women who it's messed up their lives pretty bad. Probably messed up their families' lives.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine being like the dad at work who somebody approaches to say, hey, Ted, so your daughter's out of high school now, huh? Did you know she has an OnlyFans account? Like, just
Nope, sure didn't. Now I do.
imagine being that dad who maybe is a consumer of OnlyFans, and then you happen upon your daughter's account. I'm going to hope and pray that that's not something my family in any form ever has to deal with.
So far, we're good. So far, we have sweet little daughters that are very well adjusted and not. I just hope they never feel like they have fallen on hard enough times that they have to stoop to that.
No, I hope they have enough value and respect for themselves. And you know what? I do believe there's probably a good chunk of those people, because it's men and women. But let's face it, dudes aren't racking in cash on OnlyFans. No. Women are.
No.
A good portion of them maybe don't have good family lives, maybe didn't have a father figure, maybe didn't learn the value of themselves. And it's not to take away that there are probably people that make that decision. They're educated enough, maybe they do it in their mid-20s and they really know what they want in life, and that's what they want. And if I put my religious views aside and say...
Buddhist, right?
Yes, Buddhist. That's the one with Buddha, right?
No.
Oh, is that Hindu?
Yeah. Hindu.
Hindu?
Yeah.
Jeremy Blender? Yeah, if I put all that aside and just consider that, like, they have different beliefs, they have different values, and they want to pursue this in their life, okay, cool. But so I don't want to judge everybody that does it, but
no, but overarchingly, the people that do it, there's typical stereotypes that exist about certain people, daddy issues. I get that not everyone's doing it. Not everybody's doing it because they're having hard times, but a lot of people do it because they're having, like, a lot of people in our stratus of our age bracket.
I mean, there's got to be thousands of them in Mansfield alone.
Yes. I've seen girls, I mean, I've got, 5,000 friends and 11,000 followers on Facebook, and once in a while I'll just peep around and just certain people that post stuff, and I'm like, oh, so you have an OnlyFans, all right. So it seems to be a formula almost every time. I'm not usually I mean, some people might have an OnlyFans, but it's usually the single women, usually the less well off
picture.
Huh?
The dad's not in the picture.
Dad's not in the picture, and I get the financial aspect of it, but I'm like, it's gonna boom around back.
Yep.
It's one of those things like theft. I get that you can do it, but the fact that we try to empower women to do all this sexual stuff, and we're supposed to empower them, like, they don't feel good at the end. But statistically, and by and large, they don't feel good at the end. We're supposed to empower them, but I'm like,
I don't know.
You're not empowering them. You're giving them a false sense of, like, you're empowered, and then when they feel like ass at the end, and they feel reduced to nothing, and then men look at them with a certain stigma about them, and they feel ostracized because of a certain thing they've done.
Yeah. They're just being objectified. They're not being truly valued or actually empowered. Just objectified. Yeah, no, I can say in all honesty, I don't know anybody that's on there. I've never come across anybody that's on. I don't.
Ew.
I don't. What? Got it. I've never come on anybody. I don't know of anyone that I know that's on OnlyFans. I just don't. I don't spend enough time on social media outside of just posting this stuff to have ever happened upon that stuff. There are people that I would imagine that were like strippers and posting their stripper content 10 years ago that probably made their way on OnlyFans.
Posting stripper content?
I'm going to cut this part out.
Okay.
Thinking one of them. Like, she probably has one, right? She has to.
Cut this part out. Yeah, I deleted her. She posted another girl's herpes medication, like Valtrex, and I was like, okay, all right.
I don't know what that's our herpes
Valtrex
medication.
But I was just like, I just thought because she was starting to get too invasive with certain stuff, and I was like, and she was always posting trappy ratchet type shit, and then she posted that one. I was like, okay, this girl's a little too ratchet for me. So I was like, and I don't delete people. I very rarely delete people. Ironically, about 4 or 5 years ago, I deleted somebody because they were celebrating cops being killed. And I was like, oh.
I would not celebrate anybody being killed. Maybe like Putin.
I get it more now.
Oh, that's wrong. That's mean.
Well, right. I get it more now, but back then I was like, someone was actively sniping at cops. You remember that? Like on a bridge? Mm-hmm. I don't remember where it was at. Like, it was like Missouri or something like that. But
no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But now someone was like, yeah, fucking kill them pigs. And I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I think we've got too much of a disparity that I don't really need to see what you ever post ever again.
I deleted multiple family members for stupid crap.
Who?
I feel like I don't want to say their name.
Oh, you're cutting it out, right?
I am. I'm going to do this.
Really?
She was like, I'm against dog, and it would post a picture of a dog being. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating in any way. I'm against dog abuse, and it would be a dog that had been beaten to death laying there, and post the picture. I'm like, I'm against this too. That's why I don't get on the internet and look at it.
Yeah.
And it was like after like a month of her posting that kind of stuff like every other day, I was like, I'm out. I'm good.
So just her.
There's been other people. I just quit following people. I don't.
Yeah, I do the unfollow now versus the delete, the dirty delete.
I generally unfollow. I think I just deleted her. I deleted and blocked.
Even though you still see them intermittently.
Yeah. I just didn't want anything to do with their social media, and they. So. I didn't get to go see Endgame. All right, I'm gonna back up. I blocked on Facebook and deleted them, and have never added them back on since Endgame came out. So I didn't get to go see Endgame until like 3 or 4 days after it came out. They went and saw it and started posting on my Facebook spoiler videos of what happened, like the day after it came out, before I got to go see it. And they knew how excited I was. Like, I don't want spoilers for movies. I wasn't even watching I didn't even watch the trailers because I just was so pumped for that movie. They knew this. They were just trying to piss me off. So, deleted, blocked, never looked back. Don't care. I've deleted people for less, too. So, with the podcast page, I follow a number of, what I'll call them, like, small fitness influencers. And I don't do, like, the bikini models as much, because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to get onto my page or our podcast page and see me following a bunch of bikini models.
Right.
Can't totally justify that. Then that's all that's going to come up in the feed, and that's not what I want it there for. But I do follow some female bodybuilders, and I prefer to follow like the more natural ones, but there are a few pretty monstrous female bodybuilders that I follow that I'm sure they're on stuff, but whatever they've accomplished, they've managed to
Danny Spiegel.
Whatever they've done, they've accomplished it without looking like a guy.
Right.
So they're not taking the masculine hormones that make them look more masculine. So probably peptides and growth hormone, and I know a lot of them can get away with low-dose Anavar without really changing the structure of their faces. So they still look like women. And they're still bigger than me. I mean, like, more muscular than me. So I'm a little bit emasculated by them. But I will follow some of them until I get on their page and I'm like, oh, this is OnlyFans bait. That's what this is. This is all bikini pictures and...
Oh, you're a cam girl.
Yeah. Yep. So then I won't follow that stuff because, again, this is a page that my kid can hop on at any time. Our family members can hop on at any time. And I don't want to associate what we're doing with people that are baiting their OnlyFans accounts.
No, and there's so many AI spam baiters that, like, just literally AI generated girls dancing around, and I'm like, the stuff that gets into my algorithm, I'm like, I haven't looked up anything that would make you be in my algorithm. Why are you here? Just one little lone video that I just happened to see, and then maybe I accidentally scroll through it and I'm like, great, now I'm going to see 10 of you tomorrow.
You stopped and looked at it for 2 seconds.
I did. Now
you get
flipping through it and I saw you, and I'm like, I didn't ask for you, and now there's going to be more of you because I saw you.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all Instagram is anymore. It's quick hit, quick fixation, get to my link tree, get to my OnlyFans or my 7 other pages that I don't even know what there's other accounts other than OnlyFans. I don't even understand all of them.
No, there's like 10 versions of OnlyFans.
I'm intentionally boomerizing myself so that I become ignorant to some of these things, that I don't go down rabbit holes that I want to go down.
Yeah.
I don't need to go down OnlyFans type.
I already know enough. And somebody, I'm not going to name them either, but
Who is it? Who is it?
A guy friend of mine complained because now
Who?
you have to put an ID.
Who?
He complained because you have to put an ID on OnlyFans now. Like, you have to literally put a photo ID on there to verify your age and that you're legit and everything. And I guess that's a big thing in porn now, in general. Like, you have to put your ID on pornographic pages, even free ones. Does this sound real? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it would make sense if you're trying to combat the fact that, you know, you're not watching a bunch of AI generated.
Well, it's to keep kids off of it. So to keep kids off of PornTube, you have to upload your ID and make an account, even just for free videos and stuff now. So that's my understanding, and they were complaining about OnlyFans being that way and stuff. And meanwhile, that's the same person that's, I'd never pay for porn, blah, 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 blah. Well, how do you know about that then? I assume you pay for OnlyFans.
I think it's like per subscription. You know what I mean? So I don't think you pay to have it.
Right,
each model is like either I'm free, and then I'm going to charge you if you want to see my premium content, or they're like, oh, if you want to join my page, it's $20 a month or more.
Got it. Okay. So you could potentially find a girl you were into, get on her OnlyFans, and she might have like a free page.
Right.
Okay.
And then she'll send like bikini pictures, and she's like, oh, my explicit video, unlock this package for $20 or whatever.
Got it.
So,
right.
Yeah, I think it's really, you know, creator driven what you want to do.
Got it. Yeah, I should be at least mildly aware of this, because we joke around a lot, too much, about making foot fan pages for my wife. We've had those conversations before. Like, that doesn't breach my morality clause in our relationship. I don't care if people see your feet now when they start messaging you and sending.
And they will.
Horrendous videos of themselves and things like that. Then, all right, that's where the problem starts. And you know that probably takes about a week, and then that first dude who likes feet takes a picture of himself with your feet pic, and then I'm out. I'm good.
Well, that's what would happen. You just have to prepare yourself, because like the foot thing too. Like, I'm not a foot guy. I don't understand the foot thing personally. I'm like, I can look at feet and be like, oh, she has nice feet. She doesn't look like she has hobbit feet.
You know,
or she's got nice hands, and I'm like, oh, look at her feet. What do you want to do with those feet?
Well,
those feet are in Crocs. What do you think you're going to do with those feet?
What if they're in flip-flops?
She has to sand those calluses down with an emery board. Like, what are you going to do with those feet? So, I don't understand the whole fetishizing of the feet, but that's not me.
Some people really like feet.
But if you make money on it, it's like, it's like making money on your elbow or an ear or another thing that I don't sexualize. So.
Foot models, right? And hand models.
Barry Howell.
Was it George Costanza that had like the hand gig, and he was running around in oven mitts and stuff, and then ended up burning his hands.
Yeah.
Poor George.
I was in the pool.
Shrinkage. What are your thoughts on ice baths?
ISIS baths?
About giving baths to ISIS members.
I try to abstain from bathing the mob from ISIS. No, I don't. I think it's another fad thing. I think just like anything, I think there's probably some kind of a net benefit to most things we do. You know what I mean? Like if someone was like an all strawberry diet. I'm just naming a thing off the top of my head. An all strawberry diet, and all you eat is strawberries. Like, yeah, you might see a super big influx in some kind of a biological, your vitamins, whatever kind of an uptake that might cure something, but then you're going to have some kind of a negative fallout from your protein, sugar, too much whatever else that you're going to start seeing from eating nothing but strawberries. So I'm sure you'll see some net benefits from doing an ice bath, skin, topically, because you're literally, putting all this cold water to your, outside of your skin. But I don't know. I'm sure you have some net benefits. I'm sure they would be minor and probably topical, but I don't know that they would affect you. I know I have people that I know that take them and say that it starts off their day really well, which I could see that. I could see like having some kind of it kickstarted my day. I'm wide awake for the day. I'm focused, yada yada. But I don't think long-term benefits. I don't know what else you'd get from just literally laying in ice for 5-10 minutes or something like that. But
so what's his name? Tony, the motivational speaker.
Robbins.
Yeah, Tony Robbins.
Banana hands.
Yeah. So he has an in-ground ice bath outside of his house, and he goes out and jumps in it. And jumps in it every morning. And his explanation to me was the only one that ever kind of made sense to me. And I'm going to pair this with something that Andrew Huberman said. So he basically, Tony Robbins was like, this is the worst thing. It sucks. It's the worst part of my day, every day. And I make myself go do it every morning. I have to talk myself into it because my mind's going, don't do it, I don't want to do it. But I'm in control of my body. I am in control of my mind. My mind is not in control of me. So this morning, I'm going to get in an ice bath to show myself, my mind, my subconscious, every bit that I'm in control. I'm going to do the hardest part of my day right now, get it out of the way, and then the rest of my day will be smooth sailing.
That's what I've heard also.
So he said that, and then Andrew Huberman, this was much more recently. The Tony Robbins thing was like 5 years ago. Andrew Huberman was talking about the part of your brain that lights up when you do something you don't want to do, but you know you should do, essentially. And they were talking about how that area of the brain grows larger and is literally larger in people who exercise and people who like lifetime exercise and continuously do things in their life and don't procrastinate and don't put things off, and they're always the people that do the things that they don't want to do, versus overweight people. And they were looking at overweight people and people who were like below the poverty line and saying these people, that part of their brain is literally smaller. And they did all these correlations and studies to show that like you literally grow and develop that part of your brain every time you decide actively to do something you don't want to do, or it atrophies essentially over the years as you just continually put things off and procrastinate and don't do the things you want to do. And so they were bringing that back to being overweight, always being broke, and that kind of stuff. So I see the mental side. Of like, I'm going to do this hard thing. It sucks. I'm going to do it. And then the rest of the day will be easy. That makes sense. But then I see guys like Gary Brecka pitching their ice bath products, saying that it raises your testosterone.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's complete bullshit. It
There's
doesn't
a lot
do
of
any
things
of
that
that.
they try to demonize the testosterone production from. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's not true. Oh, you masturbate too much, that's going to dramatically reduce. No, your baseline testosterone is going to stay the same. It might temporarily dip, but that's not a... You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
it's a hormonal reaction to like your body accomplished this evolutionary thing, like you finished,
right?
And now your body's like, okay, I'm just gonna take a break for a minute, and then it pumps your testosterone back out again, like normal on schedule.
Yeah.
So
it's like your body is not like, oh God, we have to be in a hypertrophic state that we have to create twice as because it's so cold.
Yeah,
that's not what happens.
Nope,
you know,
it's not. It's been proven a bunch of times. They did, so there was a study recently on the claims about weight loss from it. So this is another thing that's been touted for the last few years, that ice baths help you lose weight. And what they found was they put a bunch of normal people who don't exercise, whatever. They just took a bunch of normal people, threw them in ice baths, and had them start doing that regularly. And what they found was those people were hungrier and then ate more. Because they weren't coaching them, they weren't changing lifestyle, they just, hey, go get in a ice bath for 3 minutes. These people would get out, and after the ice bath, they were hungry and they would go eat more. Mm-hmm. So they found that the average person would actually gain weight,
right?
Because the cold would get them to want to go eat, and they would just eat more food to compensate for how cold their body was, and they were trying to get their thermodynamics.
It's funny because, like, yeah, you've got a thermogenic effect. Your body is cold. You're expending more calories because you're cold to keep your base body temperature up.
Like 5 more
so
calories.
So you're burning more calories. So now you're a little hungrier. And now if you're not disciplined because you're not doing it for a certain reason, yeah, you're going to eat more.
Yeah.
So it's like you can sometimes just look at things in a topical way and be like, yeah, I already kind of see how this is going to pan out, you know? Like, why would it make you lose weight to be cold? I mean, just like anything, if you live down in Antarctica, you know, and you're walking around with the penguins and the ice and the polar bears and so forth, like, to stay warm, you are going to expend more body heat just to stay warm. But how are you going to compensate? Are you going to eat more? Or are you going to be disciplined with it? So, yeah, you could have a benefit from being in a cold temperature like that. But if you're not, and if you're not disciplined, you can potentially eat more.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried like the cold shower thing for a bit. And honestly, just cold water on your face in the morning, and it shocks you awake.
Yeah.
It is not fun.
No.
But it wakes you up.
Yeah.
So I would do cold water on the sink as cold as it goes. We have well water that's like 55 degrees, 50 degrees, and just splash that on my face. It's terrible. I mean, your whole body goes like into shock for a moment. And that was about the extent of it. I did that for, I don't know, a week or two. And I was like, I think I'm good. Like one of my favorite podcasts that I've listened to for years, they had a guy on who really pioneered, Wim Hof pioneered ice baths in America and really drove the popularization of ice baths. There's a lot to it that you could argue are positive benefits. I mean, you could. But for just normal people, average people that are just trying to lose weight and they're looking for like a hack or something, just go take a walk. Just don't go go take a walk.
Right.
If you wake up at 5:30 and you're like, I gotta go get in this ice bath. What if you just went and walked for 10 minutes? Just go do that.
It's funny that you mention that because I literally just watched a video on the benefits of walking, and there were like 2 or 3 influencers that were talking about. I hate when people call walking exercise because it's not exercise, and then someone else disputed it, and I thought, okay, that's interesting. Let me hear both sides.
Yeah.
So I partially was starting to like jive with the guys that are like the people that are saying it's not, walking is not an exercise because it's not super intensive.
Yeah.
You're not expending some kind of egregious amount of calories just from walking. But then they showed the indicia of the data analysis of the mortality rate versus number of steps.
Yeah.
And I think they said that the 3,000 was kind of the threshold. And the people that started working like in excess of 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 calories, their mortality rate
Calories
dropped.
or steps?
Did I say?
So 3 to 4.
I'm sorry, steps.
Okay.
So in excess of 3,000 steps, like 4,000 steps versus 5,000 steps, their mortality rate over like a 40 year period, people that did that every day, was like a 40 to 50% mortality decrease from people that, again, extra steps.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore.
And we're not talking, people that 4 or 5 HIIT program workouts a week, so forth. It's literally just we're talking walking. So it's like, is it as good as strenuous cardio, strenuous weightlifting? No.
Right.
But, compared to just getting up and moving, if you're moving in excess of that, yes, the data shows that you will prolong your life just from walking in excess of 3,000 steps per day. So, yeah, I tried to like gauge my understanding of walking. It's not going to change your life in terms of your physique, but yeah, you could extend your life over 30, 40 years just from walking more a day.
Well, imagine if you just took, let's say you were the guy that did 1 or 2 long cardio sessions each week, 2 30-minute cardio sessions, and you figured out the actual amount of calories you burn, the actual amount of steps it would take to burn those calories, and then instead of doing those cardio sessions, you just committed to walking that throughout the rest of the week. Probably similar benefits.
Yeah.
Like you may not have the exact cardiovascular benefits. Maybe you won't quite burn the exact number of calories. But to your point, if the goal is longevity and just general health, all the benefits are there. And walking gives quite a bit of benefit to digestion too. So I've seen a bunch of stuff around if you're the type of person that eats and then you kind of get like bloated and sick to your stomach and food just doesn't sit well, or if you're somebody who eats kind of late at night and you don't want to go lay in bed and go horizontal with all that food in your stomach, go walk for 10 minutes. You go walk for 10 minutes, it just moves things along and kicks up the rate of your digestion, and there's a lot of power in just walking.
It's funny when we talk about like fitness as a general, it's so relative and it's so subjective to person because like you've got people that are talking about fitness with respective to older people, our parents, their walking habits, they're trying to extend their life. And then you've got fitness like the guys on the health and fitness that are ironically probably going to be dead by their late 50s because of all the stuff they put in their bodies.
Yeah.
So subjectively, like when someone's talking about their goals, it's like, what are your goals? Because if your goals are to look as good as you can and you're willing to put a bunch of stuff in your body to look a certain way, that does not equate to overall health long term.
No.
You know, you could look great and you could have six-pack abs, you could have pecs, you could be rippling and, you know, vascular and so forth, and then your heart goes, you know, 200% bigger than any other normal person, same with your liver, be dead by 50. Or you could maybe not be so cut, whatever, but then live to 80, 90 because you're taking care of your body more, you're, you know, being more delicate about it. So it's like your health and fitness journey, like, what are you trying to get out of it? Because someone coaching someone from this bodybuilder, you know, pedal to the metal grindstone attitude is not going to equate to somebody that's just trying to live as long as they can and be healthy.
Yeah. We talked at one point about how bodybuilders are finally being a little bit more open over the last couple of years about the stuff that they take. And with that, I've seen a lot more people acknowledge publicly the trade-off of actual health.
Life versus stage presence.
Yep. And the fact that they know that they're doing this thing for a short window of their lives, you know, 20 to 30 to maybe 40. They're bodybuilding, they're pumping hormones, they're hitting the gym harder than they would need to for health purposes, and building a ton of tissue that's expensive and taxing on the body and their organs. And there's a trade-off. Like, to be big and jacked and huge, there's a trade-off. And that tends to be years off your life. So that's, I mean, back to your point of, like, what are your goals? Because if your goal is to be 90 and in good shape, you probably don't want to be 280, straight muscle, 3% body fat.
5'8".
Yeah. I mean, that's not, you're not going to have the longevity there. You're just not. It's too taxing on your body. So, yeah.
Like, what did you eat along? Were you dirty bulking the whole way? Were you eating no vegetables and nothing but, you know, cheeseburgers and, or, you know?
And how many needles went into your arm or butt cheek
How long
or
has your
thigh?
cholesterol been sky high because of your...
Or blood pressure. The blood pressure seems to be the thing that all of the big bodybuilders of like the 90s and early 2000s totally neglected, as their hearts all just popped and their kidneys failed. Because I've seen, there's been a lot of kidney failure in older bodybuilders. And when I say older, I mean like in their 60s, their kidneys start failing. Or, you know, they're in their 50s and their hearts start going. Like, blood pressure is not something you want to mess with either.
No. It's a good indicator. I don't know that it's everything, but it's definitely a good indicator of problems you're going to have.
Yeah, just, if it's something that I can monitor and control, being, you know, bigger and having been overweight for quite some time. I have a couple of blood pressure cuffs. I, you know, lent one to Dad for a while because for a couple months there he was getting real high blood pressure. I think he's on something now, but they put me on. So, you know, I'm on testosterone.
I don't know if his Coumadin is helping him, but it might be helping curb his blood pressure. The blood thinners.
Yeah, the blood thinners for sure. Yeah, I'm on, you know, testosterone, and that started bringing my blood pressure up a little bit. And it wasn't a lot, but it is enough that it's kind of like pre-hypertensive high all the time.
Do you know what the numbers were?
128, 140, I don't know, something like that. I can't remember. I have the chart.
Was it 120 over 80 is normal?
Yeah, it was just over the threshold of normal. Just past the threshold of normal.
I think what is your diastolic is what they...
Yeah, I don't remember. I have the chart saved on my phone, so I just sit and run the blood pressure monitor and pull that little chart up to see if I'm good or not. But they gave me as needed blood pressure medication, which I later found out was Cialis,
Oh yeah.
which has some fun and exciting side effects to it.
What are they?
Really good at pitching tents now. Yeah,
Oh, you camp a lot.
I camp early in the morning, sometimes in the middle of the
You
day.
camp in the backwoods.
Sometimes if I bounce my leg too much at my desk.
I know
there's a tent.
people that take that before they go to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I know people that do that. They take it and go to the gym. I'm like, that would be awful. I brush against the front desk when I'm checking in, and
Burger. Yeah, God forbid you're wearing gym shorts so you don't have any.
usually you are wearing gym
Yeah,
shorts.
no structured material to
No.
keep things in place.
There's no jeans to keep you pointed down. All 3 inches of me is pointing straight ahead. Stupid. No, but yeah, there's some kind of a vascular effect that I know several people that take that, and I don't know if there's like a actual lifter community that people take that and go, but it's a thing.
I'm just trying to think why. I mean, so it improves circulation.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just trying to think baseline logic, maybe improved circulation would help you get better pumps.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that logic. I don't know if that's truly how that works. I don't know if that translates to things other than the tent that you're pitching.
Mm-hmm.
But I see the bro logic there at least. So I wouldn't
The
write
bro
that off
logic's all
completely.
that I see. It also relaxes your smooth muscles, which, if you've had anything, like your throat, so forth, you get heartburn and stuff because your smooth muscles are relaxed.
Huh. Well,
So heartburn is a pretty good
yeah.
secondary effect of it.
I definitely get that more now all of a sudden, so. Well, they sent me tablets of 25 milligrams.
Which is pretty low.
Well, I ChatGPT was a baseline dose is usually 5 milligrams.
No.
Well, so I just
That's a very small amount, because I know older dudes that have taken 100 milligram. Yeah.
have a feeling I would just shoot off like a bottle rocket and it would just blow off my body and leave me forever.
So, yeah, but I think 5 is more of a trace amount. You know what I mean? If someone takes,
That's all I've used every day at this point, and
which I don't think you'll get a huge effect from. If you took,
I got a pretty big effect from it.
well, you're probably a normal person though. You know what I mean? But if you took I think a standard dose is 20 to 30. If you took 20 or 30, you'd be like, oh, that's what people that
Gosh.
are not normal would need to just be whereas someone that's taking 100,
Oh my gosh, dude! I
you
feel
get
like
nothing.
I'd
You get
black
nothing
out.
done.
I'd black
You get
out.
nothing done. Yeah, yeah. Can't sleep on your stomach.
No.
But yeah, I think 20, 30 milligrams is probably standard for someone that needs help in that arena trying to. But 5 is, I don't know what you accomplish by taking 5.
No,
if it's just more of a circulatory.
Yeah, it dropped my blood pressure from just pre-hypertensive to at the very bottom range of normal. So if I took more, it would probably put me into low blood pressure. So I definitely don't want to take more, especially because I don't have actual issues or anything. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be. I told the TRT doctor that I don't like the idea of taking NSAIDs, and I just generally don't like to take ibuprofen or Tylenol for all of the many things that we don't know about. We literally don't know how Tylenol works. Go look it up. There is not a true understanding of how Tylenol works, and that terrifies me. And it's also got issues for the liver, which I know I'm drinking bourbon.
And you haven't even seen the Tylenol Murders documentary, have
I
you?
have not, no. Yeah, so there's that too. I might be getting dosed with something and being murdered via my Tylenol.
Yeah. Ask yourself why we have child tamper-proof tabs.
Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah.
It was during the 80s. You know anything about it?
Well, you had told me.
Yeah.
You had mentioned it. I mean, you can definitely expand on that a bit, though.
No, I don't need to. Just Tylenol equals murder. That's all you need to know. Not so much, but
gosh. This one got away from me. I have a little bit of heartburn right now.
Heartburn? Yeah. I'm telling you. It relaxes the smooth muscles of your throat, and so therefore the stuff starts coming back up and escaping and getting into your... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might have to figure out a better solution then. Because I don't like taking Alka-Seltzer and that kind of stuff either. I just don't like taking anything.
For heartburn or for you're talking about your blood pressure?
I generally just don't like taking anything more than I have to. Keeping my blood pressure down seems pretty important. I already have to take the testosterone, so I really am like, I don't want to. I don't like taking pills.
It depends on how high it is, though. You know what I mean? Because it's really only relatively dangerous for certain people. It's a good barometer to have.
Yeah.
But also, like, how hypertensive are you? Are you a little high?
Yeah. Just
or are you like?
I probably shouldn't take it every day. I probably should just take it on days where I happen to get some high blood pressure symptoms.
Right.
But it's really fun to take every day.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk offline about that because I know a little about that.
45 minutes. I was just figuring out where we were.
Has that been 45 minutes already?
Yeah. Talking
Holy
about
shit.
Boner pills and Onlyfans.
It's wild how quick we just burn through.
Imagine what it's like for our mother and father sitting in a room with us. Let's just say Sunday, for example. When we go over there Sunday, when you and I just start down these paths for what we think is a few minutes, and it's 40 minutes of us talking about stuff.
Well, but I feel like it's like interesting topic. Like some people are just talking about like nothing. Like when is talking, he's talking about something. It's not applicable to everybody else. It's just some kind of a random.
It's whatever entered his mind, and now he needs to talk about
like,
it.
Huh? But for us, we're talking about like societal issues, things that might be pertinent to you in the future.
Yeah.
I usually try to gauge by who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to somebody and 5 minutes in, they're just like checking out, I'll stop.
Yep.
But if someone's still engaged and track with me, I'll go deeper. And then once you're deeper, then they're usually like, oh, really? Really?
Yeah. It's the same thing with like recommending a show, right? Like I'll talk about it for 2 or 3 minutes, and then when you start kind of like, I'm like, okay, we'll talk about something else now.
Anyway, how's your kids?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Then they had anal sex. Wait, what? So anyway, the second season, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I have those people in my life, those friends. I don't know if I should use that word, but friends who don't know how to read the room because what they've been talking about for 10 minutes, nobody cares about. Nobody. Like we're all sitting and playing video games, a big group of guys, and we're having fun, we're joking around, and then one person wants to go into a political conversation or have an economical debate while we're playing video games and shooting people in the head and teabagging each other in Call of Duty, and you want to talk about economics and politics and get into a heated debate. Like, read the room, man.
Well, you and I were raised by like Dad, who doesn't worry so much about people's concerns, but he's also more what's the word? He's less verbose than others are. And then you've got Mom, who is like, don't step on anyone's toes. Like, don't bother anyone. Don't. Are you upset? You know what I mean? She doesn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Hypersensitive to other people's needs.
Hypersensitive.
So we're kind of like pretty in tune with. Okay, let me roll this out, and if it's not well received, I'll know it pretty quick, and then I'll dial it back.
Yep.
I'm not going to just sit there and ear f*** you for 20 minutes, and you're like, we don't do that shit.
Yeah, I have those people in my life, unfortunately.